A very pleasant good night, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the Blue Caribbean Sea in this part 42 video. And tonight I will be drinking a little water. Coke's butter, but I fill it with some water, so I'm drinking some water. I didn't buy no Coca-Cola to drink tonight, so I'm drinking some water. Drinking cold Cokes in the night is not too good at all. I should be drinking hot Milo or hot coffee, hot tea. Oh yes, that is very good. Now, brothers and sisters, in part 42, I want to continue teaching you all in this series about consciousness. As I mentioned in other parts, part 41, part 40 and 41. So let me continue, brothers and sisters, along that line, consciousness. Well, you see, I drink from the Coke's bottle. And this is the cover from that Coke's bottle. I'm using this as a classical example. Brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Yes. A person, right? He is sick with his hand. His hand is very terrible sick, right? So they might save the hand or amputate the hand, cut the hand. So they rush him to the hospital. Right? The doctors put him under anesthetic, inject him. So right now he's under anesthetic before they do the operation. He's unconscious, he's not aware. But along when the doctor was seeing about his son, the doctors decide to amputate his hand. So the doctors amputate his hand. But the time when the patient was under anesthetic, was he aware of anything the minute the doctors in the theater cut off his hand, part of his hand? The answer is no. Let us just say, this is just an example, let us say he went in the hospital on Monday, right? They continue with the operation. He reached in the hospital 7 a.m., right? They start the operation 10 a.m. Half past 11 a.m., 30 a.m., the cut off his hand, amputate his hand, right? After that, he's still under anesthetic, so he's unconscious, he's not aware. As at 12 o'clock, they rush him up, they move him from the theater and carry him in ward 45. That's still the Monday, brothers and sisters. The Tuesday, which is the next day, at 12 o'clock Tuesday, the next day, exact 12 p.m., he regained consciousness. So which means the anesthetic wear out of him. Now he gained consciousness, right? So he in ward 45. His eyes began to open. He began to see the doctors, the nurses and patient, right? He take his right, because his left hand was the amputated part of his left hand. He take his right hand to go to hold his right hand. He didn't feel it. Then he watched and he saw his hands amputated, right? He was very sad. He was very vexed. He thought, well, that I treat the hand without amputating it. But at the same time, the doctors that did the amputation, cut off his hands, they was in the ward. And he and the doctors began to talk, right? And he said unto them, why you all didn't save my hand? They said, well, if we did save it, it'd affect the other part of the body, and that might lead to your death. So the best decision we make was to cut the hand off. And eventually he agreed with his doctors. But the time when they cut his hand, were he aware of? The answer is no. Why? Because he was unconscious, brothers and sisters. So you see, brothers and sisters, but let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. When he went in the hospital on Monday, right? The minute they put him under anesthetic, he was not aware of nothing. All sorts of activities take place in that hospital. He was unaware of that. Where he was living in the village before he went to the hospital, the Monday, when he was in hospital the Monday under the anesthetic, all sorts of things take place in his village. In the country, let us say the person is in Trinidad, in my own country. All sorts of activities take place in the country, right? That very sad day, he's unaware of that. The Monday night, the Tuesday night plus the Tuesday day, he unaware of that, brothers and sisters. So when he gained consciousness Tuesday, exact 12 p.m., right? Why he was talking to the doctors, right? Right? There was a person on the bed reading the newspapers. That's Tuesday newspapers. Right? He asked the guy, can you lend me the newspapers? And he began reading. You know what you read in the newspapers? The Monday evening, because that whole Monday from when they put him on anesthetic, right, around 10 p.m., so they put him on anesthetic. So from that time, quite Tuesday, then he gained consciousness. You know, the Monday, all around 2 o'clock, brothers and sisters, a lot of crime took place in the country. Bandit shoot this one, car accident on the road. He reading this on the papers. But he was unaware of that because he was on anesthetic. Why am I using that example? I am using that example, simple say, to mean that when you are under anesthetic, you is unconscious, you do not know anything. So the information that he is reading in that papers, the Tuesday papers, that is information that he gained. So that the Monday when he was unconscious, these incidents took place in the country, and now he's reading it in the papers. But the time when he was under anesthetic, he was unaware to that, brothers and sisters. So simple mean, when a person is unconscious, he does not know anything. I'm using that example to show you, brothers and sisters. So in the near-death experience, when people say they go to the hospital and the doctor put them on an anesthetic, and while under anesthetic, they still come out of the body and they was conscious and watching the doctor operating on them, and the body and the spirit flow through the out of the body and go up in the ceiling watching what the doctors performing on them, the operation. That's a total lie. That's a deception. That cannot happen, because in the first place, the spirit in man, which is the life force, the breath of air, the wind, which is called ghost and spirit, is not man. Man is the body. So how man could come out the body? So you see, it's a deception. So outer body experience is false. So I'm using this classical example to prove to you, when he is unconscious, you do not know anything, brothers and sisters, because the spirit in us, which is the ghost, the wind, the air, the breath of life, it is not a person, it's not a being, a spirit entity, it's not an immortal being having form and shape as the body. So when this physical structure is unconscious, the spirit could come out of here having form and shape like the body, and that spirit now is conscious, watching what is taking place, and then entering back in the physical body. That is not true. God did not create man as spirit entity and then place it in a body. That is false. So outer body experience is false. But do Jeffrey Long know that? No. Do Raymond Muddy know that? No. Brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters. So you see the deception there right there, brothers and sisters? And in this part 42 video, I am using this classical example under anesthetic. When the person is under anesthetic, that he does not know anything. When the person will regain back consciousness, incidents that happen when he was when he was unconscious. These knowledge had to be revealed to him because the time when he was under anesthetic, he was unaware to it. That's a key point, and I'll be teaching you all about that, brothers and sisters. So, brothers and sisters, I've come to the part of part 42. May the grace of God be with you and with me and with the human family from this day forth and forevermore. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friends.